Hey, welcome back. It is 2024 TRIFI, the Tri-Cities International Film Festival. We're getting ready for the 72-hour film challenge and excited about things again this year. Let's jump in with some interviews. Some of the folks that have been submitting films. What is your name?
My name is Nicholas Jennings.
Nicholas Jennings. I saw you here last year. You were had a film in the thing. Talk a little bit about your film. What is it?
All right. So this year's project is called Launch Day, and the idea mostly came around within a matter of seconds, which is surprisingly fast for me. Because a lot of times when I do these things, I usually end up spending the first day banging my head against the wall. But this one, it was just everything just sort of fell into place with this one. And it's essentially a story about a father and son and a last sort of day they get to spend together before they're separated because of a divorce that happens. And they spend the day together, trying to launch this rocket. And it's this whole thing about, parents wanting to do better for their kids. And I feel at this specific juncture in history, I feel like there's probably a lot of people that probably feel their parents or their loved ones, they feel like they should do better. And I feel like this film probably gives some inkling of hope in that sense.
Very nice. You write, direct, star the whole thing? Do you have a cast?
Well, for this one, I did not star in it. I wrote, directed, shot, and edited the entire thing. And we spent about a few hours at a time during one day of shooting with my friends Roy and his son, and they were playing the father-son duo. And the part of the challenge with this one was trying to make sure we could line up the schedule between all three of us. And so we spent the better part about 3 hours at a park, and then a couple hours at his house shooting some of the final scenes together. So, all in one day, managed to make it pretty succinctly. This is probably the most cleanest in terms of just how fast we were able to get everything put together. So,
What do you find is the most challenging part about putting a film together in 72 hours?
I think the hardest part about trying to do things in 72 hours is just in trying to figure out how much you can do in those 72 hours, because you could be very ambitious and be like, oh, I'm going to shoot in 8 different locations, which I've done before. I do not recommend it. Very much so. Don't recommend shooting in 8 different locations. You will be exhausted by the time you get to the editing table. But if I had a tip for anyone, I would say if you have an idea in your head of how it's going to be edited, take day one's edit, put it together a little bit, and then when you shoot day 2, just incorporate the footage as you go. Because then, if you're editing at the same time you're shooting, then it gets your project much closer to completion than you thought. So you don't spend a whole day just, going back and forth through the editing and see oh, I could put a J cut here. And, if you have a good sense of how you want to tell your story, you pretty much have a good flow going, in my opinion.
Well, good luck with it, and we'll see how things come out. And may see you again next year, huh?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
All right, 72-hour film challenge getting underway. We hope that you'll drop on by new location this year, which is really nice. A couple of new locations. Check out the website, and we'll see you in just a little bit.